mind in this video on what might be causing your slice and how to fix it. Let's talk about grip pressure. Grip pressure, right? Okay, so you have, this would have saved me, you know, being self-taught, this would have saved me countless weeks, months, years of frustration if you'd have just said, okay, hey, this club is unbalanced. One side is heavy, one side is light, okay? If you'd have just told me that, and then I could have got focused on the fact that I had to take and control this heavy side, right? And so, you know, I'm holding the light side, but I gotta control the heavy. And we do that through grip pressure. Pressure, meaning if I come up here and I put my hands on this club, as I start taking and lowering the weight from above to below, there's gonna be a point where I go, okay, I need to hold the club with that amount of pressure. Oh, not enough pressure, it's moving, right? You know what I'm saying? So you come down, grip pressure, okay? So it's a great exercise, you know, when you're, you know, of making sure that your hands understand grip pressure. I mean, one of the hottest players on the planet, Scotty Scheffler, seems to come into most of his shots. I mean, he's pretty much connected his arms, connected his hands, measured the pressure, and then steps in. I'm like going, what a great way to hit a golf ball, okay? Right? It's not that complicated. Get strong and structured out here, and then set the framework and start turning. That's as easy as it is. So, you know, we see a lot of times when people get up to the top, right? You know, I show like this with the camera, right? This just starts to pull off, so you start to lose pressure somewhere, right? Okay. So you really have to monitor your pressure in your hands. And I remember, you know, the first time I started thinking about, you know, the pressure in my hands, I was like, well, you know, I was like, how can I calibrate that, right? You know, okay, I was like, how could I calibrate that? And I would sometimes in class, if I had, you know, people in class, I would hold their arms with my hands and I would go, loose, snug, or tight. You know, whatever it was, okay? And I want them to get that sensation of what is snug. You know, what is snug? You know, snug, okay? And so, you know, you gotta find in your mind, you gotta find somehow where you go, okay, that's the right amount of pressure, okay? You know, there's garbage all over the internet about, you know, you should hold the club loose like a baby bird. There's too much tension in the wrist, you know, and you see somebody over there flip-flopping the club around. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and apply a lot of speed to that with flippy-floppy wrists and tell me where your ball's gonna go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, okay? Okay, but you know, you don't want to be rigid either, right? Okay, so you have to take and to calibrate and get your hands on there where you go, okay, that's the right amount of pressure, right? And it's not just starting with the right amount of pressure, but then when you get up to the top, you still have all the pressure points, right? I mean, in the whole setup series I teach, right, I talk about the 6 connection points on both hands. So I have 12 connection points to that club because the more the merrier. You go, well, hey, you only have 10 fingers, and I go, correct, okay, but I have 12 connection points to there. But that's a whole different, that's in the whole grip series, okay? So make sure you got the right amount of grip pressure in there and see, you know, hey, if the club starts to get a little bit loose, then what? Club can start moving around, that can cause the slice, it can cause the early release, it can cause a lot of issues. So grip pressure to see if that's what's causing you your slice.